I took my cat on his first flight, and here's how it went. We were flying from Birmingham to Orlando, which luckily is a short 1.5 hour flight. And Summit is a pretty easygoing cat, and I travel with him often, so I figured he'd do pretty well with it, but I did give him a little bit of anxiety medicine since this was his first time. And there's just a lot of loud noises in the airport, and I wanted it to be a positive first experience. But he did so well and was just taking in all the sights and smells in the airport. I even took him out of his carrier and carried him through security with no issue. I did get some funny looks because people thought it was a child in the stroller until they looked a little closer, and then I'd hear people say like, oh, it's a cat, as we were walking by. And then I switched him from his stroller to the carrier for the actual flight because he has to be stowed under the seat. Luckily, it wasn't a very full flight, so there's a lot of open seats, and I was able to put him under the middle seat, so I had leg room and he had some more room, and we were seated next to Susan, who loved Summit and honestly would have preferred that he was in her lap so she could pet him the whole time. But he slept the entire flight. I don't even think he noticed we landed. I'm really surprised at how well he did. I think he was just really comfortable the whole flight, but I switched him back to the stroller so we could go pick up our luggage. But overall, it was a really simple process flying with Southwest. I just booked the flight and then called to reserve a spot for him. They allow up to 6 animals per flight, and I think Summit was the only one on ours. And we were flying round trip to and from Orlando, so you do have to pay a fee per flight, but it's definitely worth it to be able to travel with him. And that's all for his very first flight.